Hey everybody, this is Grady. This is the notching tool I sell on eBay. A lot of you guys have bought them. I promised you a video on how to notch and how to assemble these and kind of just some of my secrets. This particular tool has a lot of play in it. That's why I haven't sold it. It's one that I'll just keep myself. I'll show you how to tighten up these tools. Even after you use your own a lot, it'll begin to loosen. This one has a ton of play right in there, enough play that it falls apart. Couple of things I use is just like a small piece of tape. I use the tape for almost all of it, to tighten the handle up and to tighten up the nail. Like I said, you can do this to your own if you ever need to. That's tightening it up really well. I'm kind of tapering it in, levels, so it still slides over that good, but it starts to get tighter, and that's tight enough now that it won't come off. So now that we got that part of it fixed, the next part is sometimes after a long time, I've used mine for a long time, and the nail begins to get loose. This one is a little loose. You can pretty much do the same thing. You can take just a small little piece of tape, and you can even use paper. I have paper on one of mine. Sometimes I'll just fold it up so it's not even sticky. And then I'll stick it right on top of the nail. Put the wood wedge back on there, and then slide it over. And I mean, there's absolutely no play in that. I know it's hard to see on the video, but you can definitely try it at home and definitely see a difference. With all of my nails, you have a little teeny bit of a bump in them right in here. Hope that's focusing. I file those out on all mine. If I'm doing a really small point, I'll file that down till it's pretty much nothing. Alright, this is one that I just did. We're going to go ahead and do another one a little bit closer up. Again, this is off of a flake. And it's pretty thin. But a lot of my points I do are really thin. We'll try and do this thicker area right in here. It's more realistic than this other side. So to start out, you just want to kind of come in here, break off, do a little spot to start out. You got to flip it every time. You put direct pressure like inward and down, left or right and left, left and right. You got to change that. It creates a V. You've got to square it up. If you don't square it up, then it just doesn't seem to work. I kind of call this a braiding, going left and right. Hoping you can see that. If you notice, I'm flipping it every time. What you're doing here is you're going left and right, and you kind of just chisel that down. It brings this platform up. You bring that platform up, it lowers it when you flip it. So now you're not releasing pressure on a thick mass. A lot of times you'll get in deep enough and they'll bust an ear off. That's super common. To get away from that, you've got to get underneath it. And on my particular hand pad that I've made, I do that by getting up underneath it like that. Again, that's how Jim Wynn does it. Another thing I've seen Jim Wynn do that I don't do a lot of, he comes in and kind of abrades it like this from the top. And it seems like you're not knocking anything off there, but it does help. Hoping you can see this. He just kind of comes in and hits the sides of it there. Really helps a lot. Hoping that you guys can see this good. I was going to try and show you what it busted off there. There's a little flake that it took out of there. So again, left and right. We'll go one more time. I'm starting to get in some pretty thick stuff. You can see the flakes coming off there. This piece is right where I'm getting into. It's getting thick. It's getting really thick. And it's still going. Just knock a little piece off right here. Anyway, there's another demonstration. I'm hoping this shows up good. You can see how thick it is right in here. We got in there far enough that it's pretty thick.